He took over his family's farm and he only makes $10K annually.
I sell my products online and I make about $10,000 monthly.
What the?
Trouble Busters!
Hey there, Tom, is that you?
Oh, is that you, Chelsea? My name is Tom. I'm at my college reunion and I just ran into the person I was hoping I wouldn't run into. Why are you here? I thought you moved to Hawaii with your rich boyfriend.
Oh, haven't you heard? I broke up with that guy and now I'm with an even richer guy.
Oh, I see. She hasn't changed at all. She thinks guys are her source of income.
Why are you here? I didn't think you'd afford to join this reunion.
Huh? What do you mean?
Hey everyone, why don't we donate some cash to Tom so he can afford to be here?
Hey, stop!
What's going on here? Oh hey, is that you, Tom? Are you broke?
No,
Of course he's broke. He took over his family's farm and he only makes $10K annually. $10K annually? Look at you. You look poor and ghetto. I wished I could erase my dark history of going out with you.
Right back at you.
Stop bluffing. I know you still have feelings about me. I'm sure you cry to sleep thinking about me every night.
You're being so hyper-confident. Just go away.
What? Who are you to talk to me like that? You get out of here if you hadn't paid your fair share for this reunion.
I did pay for my share already.
Oh, I know what you're here for then. You must be trying to eat as much as you can to get your money back, huh?
I'm not. Just leave me alone.
Oh, come on. We're having a great time making fun of your miserable life with the $10K salary.
I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here waiting for someone. Just leave me alone.
Oh, it feels so nice to see someone who's living at the worst. You make me feel good about myself when I think about your worthless life, barely making any money to live a decent life. But don't you worry, you're not worthless. You're worth living because you make others feel better.
I don't know where you got that idea about my salary. I sell my products online and I make about $10,000 monthly.
What the?
I went ahead and told her about how I sell my high-quality organic products via EC business platforms, also known as electronic commerce, which is basically the buying and selling of goods online. I also showed her some online articles about this and how I'm now making about 10 times more than I used to when I was dating Chelsea in high school.
Is this even real? Does that mean Tom is making 6-digit figures even though it's only been a little over 2 years after we graduated college? Oh my god, I shouldn't have said those mean things to you. Chelsea was forcing us to say mean things to you, and we were riding along only because we're friends. You know what I mean?
As soon as these girls realized how much money I was making, they suddenly turned their backs and started hitting on me. Gosh, it's so hard to watch these girls act so greedy. You guys better cut it.
Hey, guys, cut it out. Can't you see? Tom doesn't want any of you guys talking to him. Tom, let's go over here. Hey, Chelsea, you can't do that.
She's always like that.
She thinks she gets anything she wants just because she was the president of our sorority.
And Chelsea acted as if she did me a favor.
Hey, are you nervous?
I'm about to barf. And Chelsea suddenly started acting as if I'd find her attractive. I escaped her and ran to the restroom, trying to figure out whether I should stay around this party or not. That was when... Whoa, hey Tom! Everyone's been talking about you! I ran into Mitchell, my best friend from college. I explained everything that happened at this reunion just now. Ah, what a great opportunity! What opportunity are you talking about? This is getting out of my hands. Ah, I see. What a great opportunity indeed. She dumped me in front of everyone. I was humiliated, but now I have a way to pay it right back at her. I'm not letting her get away with this. Trouble Busters! Once the reunion was over, Chelsea followed me to my hotel, as I predicted.
Guys are simple. Just sleep with him and he'll be all mine.
I know exactly what she's thinking. Welcome to my sanction. So, you said you want to marry me?
Yep.
Don't you have a boyfriend or fiancé or whatever?
Nope, I'm single.
I see. There's someone I'd like you to meet. Would you spare a moment?
Really? Is he bringing his parents over? Sure.
The door is open. Come on in.
Oh my god, Troy, why are you here?
Don't ask me why. You know it already.
I don't. Hey, you, Peeping Tom.
Hey, don't call me that.
Were you the one who brought Troy over, huh?
Yup, I provide the best service to my clients.
Your client?
Yep, I'm a detective. Mr. Troy here wanted me to investigate if you were cheating on him. I never imagined that my subject was my college classmate.
How dare you accuse me of cheating?
I was right, though. You were cheating on me. Don't act like you're the victim here because I'm the victim. I asked you if you wanted to marry me and if you're in a relationship with anyone. You clearly said that you're not with anyone right now.
Oh, did I? I don't recall.
Your memory must be just as good as an ostrich.
Troy, don't let them fool you. Mitchell wanted to get you to pay him, so he and Tom made everything up. I got tricked.
The moment I invited her boyfriend into this room, I've become an enemy to her. Therefore, she's gonna dump me and try to keep that guy.
Tom asked me to come to his hotel with him.
Nice try, but you're not going anywhere.
We didn't have sex or anything, so this doesn't count as cheating. You know what I mean? Tom, I'm coming to your hotel room with you.
What are you thinking? You're gonna regret it.
It's okay. I don't mind it, as long as I can be with you.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, you naughty little boy.
In addition to this conversation, I also let Chelsea listen to the other conversation we had when we got here, when she said that she wants to marry me and that she's currently single. Do you remember now, Ms. Chelsea the Ostrich? So this is it, Chelsea. Everything you said was recorded. I told you, you're gonna regret it. We were going after you guys, and I was listening to what you've said in person, too.
Oh my god, you guys can't do this.
Can't? More like we had to. If I didn't have this recorded, you were gonna come up with lies and excuses and try to blame it on other people.
Oh, who cares at this point? I was the president of Kappa Alpha Theta. I have a lot of guys hitting on me all the time. Besides, I didn't even sleep with Tom or anything, so you can't tell me I was cheating on you.
Wow, how can you take this out on me? I'm so glad I realized the type of person you are before I ever married you.
Likewise, after how you were sneaking around behind my back, I'm glad I never married you.
You're not making any sense. Your fiancé deserves to be upset with you.
I hope you had fun hiring a detective and acting like you were a part of an investigation.
You've cheated on your fiancé, Troy. This is subject for you to compensate for the mental distress and suffering that he's gone through. Do you understand? I'm mimicking Mr. Cobweb. Do I look like him? I've never met your brother, so how would I know? Oh, well. At this point, nothing can change the fact that your wedding is not happening. You're going to pay for the booking and planning fees that were already paid for the wedding, along with any cancellation fees. Not to mention, you also have to pay Troy the compensation for the emotional suffering you caused him.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not paying a single penny, okay?
You're not getting away with this.
Are you guys having fun bullying me like this? Prosecuting me as if I've committed a crime?
We're not having fun or anything, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I can't let you get away after lying to me and my parents and live happily ever after. I'm gonna be charging you at least $50,000 for everything you've done, so you better be ready for this.
What the? 50,000? Are you crazy?
You're the crazy lady here. You haven't even apologized or shown remorse about what you've done. How do you even think you deserve to be loved by anyone?
Hey, I deserve to be loved. Even if you won't marry me, I have...
You're probably counting on one of the guys you've been sleeping with. I wouldn't count on them if I were you.
Oh, shut up. I'm going to use whoever I can get away with. Wait, Hold on.
Get it now? As you realize Mitchell didn't only catch you trying to cheat on Troy tonight, he's already investigated far enough to know the two other guys you've been sleeping with. And here are some photos for everyone to enjoy.
Oh my god, why do you keep doing this to me?
That's because he hired me.
Just leave us alone. This is between Troy and me. It's none of your business.
He's hired by Troy. It is his business. But anywho, I guess cheaters cheat with other cheaters.
Huh?
One out of the two guys is a married man. The other one is engaged to someone.
What the? Are you serious?
I guess you're not the only cheater after all. Perhaps we could get both of those innocent ladies involved and file a lawsuit against you. You're probably gonna end up paying around $100,000.
100,000? But I'm only 26.
The two ladies are extremely upset after finding out about what's going on, especially the one that was engaged. She said no matter what it takes, and even if I don't win a penny, I'm going to file a lawsuit and officially make her exposed as a slut. She's quite upset. If you end up getting sued and publicly exposed for having adultery, I'm sure it's going to be tough for you to ever marry anyone. How sad.
Oh my god, how did this happen? I was going to marry a man with 6-digit figures and travel all over the world, buy every jewelry and purses from all the name brands, give birth to a boy and raise him to be a successful man so I could brag to my friends, divorce the husband once my son can afford to support me, then remarry a young, handsome, rich man to become even wealthier. How am I going to execute my plan now?
Wow, she even planned on getting divorced, even though she hasn't even married anyone yet. This is so bad. I'm just really glad I never ended up marrying her.
Hey, Tom, you gotta help me out.
Not this life and not next life. I would never marry a woman who was born with a mission to parasite off of men.
Why not? Don't you remember all the fun memories we had when we were dating back in college? You gotta help me out and pay for the 100,000 that they're going to collect from me. Oh, come on, pretty please. I'm about to break up with Troy, and you're the only one I can count on.
Counting on is not an equivalent to being a parasite. This is your problem, and you're gonna figure it out yourself.
I can't. I have a lot of friends and connections, but you're the only one who makes a 6-digit figure.
That doesn't make me want to help you at all. Don't you remember what you did to me back in college? You already had a new boyfriend before you even dumped me in front of everyone.
Oh, I don't remember any of that.
Just like Troy, we were engaged back then too. So, wait a minute. Oh my God! Hold on! You already had a boyfriend before you broke up with me!
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You even brought him next to you when you dumped me.
That's not true. We broke up cordially.
Stop making things up. I wonder if one of the spectators back then might have taken a video of our breakup.
It's been 2.5 years. No one's going to have it.
I think I have it. Thank you, my friend.
Oh, it's you again.
And not just the video, Tom. What else do you have, my best friend? I actually knew what you just realized back then, but I decided not to talk about money. I didn't find it appropriate when you were hurt so badly. Besides, I wanted to support you through tough times rather than trying to take advantage of the situation and make money. Oh, I had no idea. But then, there were also possibilities that you would never recover from all the emotional suffering you were going through, so I made sure I found proof that Chelsea had been cheating on you before she broke up with you.
You just don't want me living a happy life, huh?
You don't deserve happiness, and you'll never live a happy life. I see where this is going. This means that she was cheating on me, correct? That's correct.
You guys need to stop this. This is scaring me.
I think you already know what's gonna happen now.
I don't, and I won't. I don't want to know.
Once we take care of Mr. Troy's case, we'll go ahead and proceed with Tom's case. Statute of limitations for adultery is only 3 years, so I better hurry up.
You won't do anything like that to me, right? Oh, please don't do that. Hey, why don't I marry you then? The clock that stopped between us can start ticking again.
No thanks. That clock has no need to start ticking. You said you were planning on getting divorced as soon as your child starts supporting you. Why would anyone want to marry you? Who would have thought that the fourth person who's suing you is gonna be Tom? You were looking down at him so badly. What goes around comes back around. I hope you're ready for this.
But I can't afford to pay $100,000. I don't know what my parents will say if they find out about this. Tom, you're everything I've got at this point. Let's get married and make everything right between you and I.
That's not happening. Besides, I'm already a married man.
What the? Okay, I see, but you never said anything. Why? Why did you hide that from me? Tom, how dare you?
Oh, you never asked me if I was married.
But you could have told me that you're already married.
This is starting to get interesting.
No, this is not interesting at all.
We've been talking about a lot of things that you didn't want to hear about, and now it's time for us to talk about more things that you wouldn't want to hear about.
What the? Who else could there be?
At this time, I started talking about how Chelsea had acted as if she wanted to marry me back when we were in college and made me buy a lot of expensive goods. I made my point that she was trying to conduct a romance scam on me. You have a point. A romance scam is defined as a type of confidence trick where a criminal acts romantically to gain a victim's trust and then steals their money or assets.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. It's not my fault, and I don't want to hear about this.
Tom, do you have any records of conversations you had with Chelsea back in college, or any receipts for things that she made you buy her? I'm sure I can find them. The messages should still be found in my old smartphone, and I usually keep all my receipts when I shop big. This is great! So this means that not only will we be suing Chelsea, but she might even end up with criminal charges.
Criminal charges?
Wow! I hope she goes behind bars.
Behind bars?
Tom, let me talk to my brother so he can be in charge of your case. Yes, please.
Hold on, don't do this to me. I thought we were talking about the compensation, whatever that I have to pay. But are you now saying that I have to go to prison? That's way too much. Don't do this.
You can't tell us not to do this. I need to purify all the negative emotions that you gave me. This is the only way I'd get over my PTSD when I'm even near you.
Oh, please don't do this. Adultery might sound kind of sexy, but romance fraud sounds completely like a scammer. I can't afford to live with a criminal record like that.
I know how you feel.
Oh, Tom.
I know how you feel, and I feel bad to say this when you're already in a bad situation, but I have even more bad news for you.
Oh, God. You're killing me.
I despise you as much as I despise flu viruses. I will be suing you for romance fraud, and you're gonna be paying me compensation for the emotional suffering you caused me.
No, stop.
I won't. You can't make me stop. After everything that we just talked about, I feel that you should spend some time in prison and think about all the mistakes you made. In addition to getting divorced down the road, why don't you write down on your life plan that you're gonna spend about 5 years in prison? The court sentenced Chelsea to imprisonment. This was thanks to Mitchell's brother, Mr. Cobweb, who is a lawyer who took over my case. The defendant's choice of actions is not only adultery, but also romance fraud caused to Mr. Troy, considering the amount of assets that she has attempted to make her own through the marriage. This makes it the second case of alleged romance fraud on her end. The court sentences you to 6 years of imprisonment.
6 years in prison?
6 years of imprisonment, in addition to the $120,000 debt that she's burdened with after she's out of prison. She's gonna be spending the rest of her life working her butt off to pay back the money.
If only I never said hi to Tom at the reunion.
As for me, after I'm all done with my revenge, I feel great about everything, and I'm gonna enjoy work and live happily ever after with my beautiful wife. Trouble Busters! Huh? We've had it reported that your facility caused food-borne illness. We're going to conduct an investigation on your facility. What? There's a fork floating above the meat sauce spaghetti. They're plastic food replicas. Huh? Our factory produces plastic food replicas.
Trouble Busters!
Huh? We've had it reported that your facility caused food-borne illness. We're going to conduct an investigation on your facility. What? If you are not willing to comply, we may suspend your business by suspending your business license, ABC license, and health permit. Hold on, sir. I'm sure this must be some kind of mistake.
This is not a mistake. We received reports that your consumers have been food poisoned.
My name is Alan. I'm 31, and I've recently started venturing into my new business. I'm single, and I'm looking for a girlfriend. I've been busy keeping myself productive, but somehow these inspectors from the health department walked into my facility, and I don't know what exactly is happening here. When foodborne illness is alleged against a facility, you are required to provide material safety data sheet, cooking manual, food temperature records, food storage temperature records, and personnel hygiene records, along with potential risk and cause of the illness. Wait, hold on. Let me explain.
Please have the documents ready.
We may have to inspect your employee's health status as needed.
If you don't comply, we may suspend your operations or even terminate your business license. Please kindly hold off on your operations at this time.
I'm telling you, my facility... Okay, then, we're going to start the inspection now. I'm asking you to hold on. Yes? Who in the world reported you about this food poisoning? It's confidential. We're not allowed to tell you. But... Oh, is that him? That's the guy I used to work with when I had the part-time job before I started this business. That's right, his name is Harold. He must have plotted this on me. I'm not letting him get away with this. Trouble Busters. Huh? This doesn't seem right.
Hey, check this out.
There's a fork floating above the meat sauce spaghetti.
What is going on? Are these...
They're plastic food replicas. Huh? Our factory produces plastic food replicas.
What?
What is going on here? This has nothing to do with foodborne illness. That's what I've been trying to tell you, but you wouldn't listen.
Sir, we're so sorry about this.
But then, who reported to us about the allegation? I think I know who.
Really?
Please, follow me this way.
Hello, welcome.
Hey, Harold. Long time no see.
Alan, what? Why are you here? Is that a police officer behind you?
What's the matter? You look restless.
Oh, that's because, Sir, have you reported a false allegation about food poisoning? Huh? What are you talking about? We had someone report to us that there's a restaurant that caused foodborne illness. Oh, really? I see. The county's health inspectors went to the given address, and that's where we met Alan here.
That's right, Alan. Why are you even here? Aren't you supposed to be getting an inspection right now? Don't you need to be there? I knew you misunderstood everything.
Huh?
I don't own a restaurant.
Huh? That's not true.
I own a factory that produces plastic food replicas.
Huh? What did you just say?
I'm telling you that we don't produce food. We make plastic replicas of the food.
What the? You're kidding, right? You left our restaurant job to start your own business.
Yep, I started my own business to make plastic food replicas.
What the heck? Why didn't you start a new restaurant? Why plastic food? Why did you even work at our restaurant then?
I sure learned a lot about the visual presentation of the food.
That's not my point here.
You falsely reported about the food poisoning, right?
Huh? No, absolutely not. I would never lie to report things. So you're saying that you did report an allegation, correct? Would that be a problem to you guys? I mean, food poisoning is a serious problem for anyone who works in the restaurant business. It's your job to investigate these things when there's a potential food poisoning.
That may be true, but it does become a huge problem when the report was reported falsely by intention.
Huh? The facility you reported to us doesn't even produce food. This must be a mistake. They must be making some food. At least that's what I thought.
So you thought that they were making some type of food, and you falsely alleged this against your competitor, is this correct?
How do you even know if this was a false allegation? Huh? Do your investigation. You never know. You might find some kind of food poisoning bacteria at his facility.
But then Alan's facility doesn't even produce food.
Look, what you've claimed is that someone has committed some type of misdemeanor when they actually did not, with an intent to deceive. This could lead to criminal charges. What? Criminal charges? I'm sure it's not a big deal. I just thought that maybe there might be something going on at Alan's facility.
Had I been operating a restaurant or food production facility, you could have gotten me into serious trouble. You would know this since you work at a restaurant, right, Harold?
I just wanted to see you freak out a little, you know?
That's exactly what constitutes the crime. You had intentions to make false reports to the police and health department. You can be imprisoned for up to a month, and you can end up being charged with fines.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that doesn't sound as bad as you made it sound.
You'll have criminal records.
Huh? Really? Yes, really. Even if it's a misdemeanor and not necessarily a felony, once you are sentenced to these consequences, you will have criminal records. But that's only if I'm found guilty, right? Doesn't that also mean that I won't have criminal records if I'm not found guilty? That's true, but that's true, right? There's no way I'm gonna end up with criminal records for this small joke. But,
You may have crossed the line here. This could be a felony, not a misdemeanor.
Which means?
You had bad intentions when you made false reports. It wasn't a misunderstanding or an accident, but you did it on purpose to cause problems for me. This could be a felony.
What? But why? This was just a silly joke. I just wanted to scare you guys a bit. It's just a prank call.
Sir, you're old enough not to make prank calls, right?
Why are you guys picking on me? I mean, this didn't end up causing anyone trouble, right? What's the problem? But if it did, you could have ended up being sued for what you've done. But it didn't, so what's the big deal?
You should be fortunate that I didn't own a food production facility.
Yeah, so stop giving me all this nonsense. You guys are disturbing our operations by walking in and telling me all this nonsense. I'm starting to think I'm the victim here.
Disturbing your operations?
I could file a police report against you guys for being here. Get it?
If that's the route you're taking, I should be the one filing a report for getting my operations disturbed by you.
What?
I can also sue you for being caused emotional and mental distress due to what happened.
What? You've got to be kidding me. You can't report me or sue me.
Have you been listening to yourself?
I can do whatever I want to you. I used to be your colleague when you worked here.
Not anymore.
Oh, come on.
We got sidetracked. But going back to what we were talking about, I'm gonna file a police report against you for intentionally making false allegations.
What? Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. Making false accusations is illegal in most states. The consequences of making false accusations can be severe for both the accused and the accuser, including criminal charges and civil lawsuits. In your case, Harold, you made false police reports and health reports from bad intentions, and you are subject to all of what I've just explained.
What the heck? I wasn't trying to get you arrested or anything. You reported foodborne illness. This was because you were trying to suspend Alan's business. Isn't this correct? Oh, well, that's kind of true, but...
So this means that you either wanted to cause suspension or termination of my business operations due to mishandling of food, or have me sentenced to 3 years of imprisonment or $30,000 of fine due to intentional cause of food poisoning. You intentionally made false allegations.
Oh, stop making a big deal out of this. And by the way, how do you guys even know if I was the one who made that report? Huh? Aren't you guys the ones trying to falsely allege against me?
Harold, I saw you checking my facility to confirm that the health inspectors were there.
What?
I know that was you. It had to be you.
I haven't left my restaurant today.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure. Do you think I'm lying?
I do think you're lying. I know I saw you for sure.
Well, why don't you prove it then?
Prove it?
See, you can't even prove anything. You're just falsely accusing me of being at your facility today.
We could prove it.
Huh?
All inbound calls at our office are being recorded. We can perhaps have the police compare the voice prints from the call with your voice prints. It'll be black and white.
Are you serious? All inbound calls at the police station are also recorded too. Really?
Sounds like what goes around comes back around.
Oh, God!
Your actions are considered obstruction of business by fraudulent means.
Obstruct what? Obstruction of business by fraudulent means is an illegal interference with another person's business by making false allegations. Is that considered a crime?
It is indeed. Because the health inspectors had to walk into my facility, I had held off on my duties as the president of the company, which is considered an interference.
What?
Putting this in simple words, you wanted to get me in trouble, so you lied to the police and the health department. This is considered a crime. If we make this a civil lawsuit, you can get up to 3 years of imprisonment or charged a fine of $5,000.
What the heck? Hold on, are you saying that I conducted that obstruction crime and false allegation crime?
That's what we're saying.
You can't do this to me! What's going to happen to me then? I can't possibly keep my career if I get charged for those crimes.
Not that you were ever successful in your career anyways.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Take 1 strand of spaghetti from each portion, and 60 strands will make a meal.
Huh?
How did you even come up with that idea?
What are you talking about?
You pulled out 1 strand of spaghetti from each portion to make the non-existent 61st portion of spaghetti. You sold that plate of spaghetti without including it in the restaurant's sales and placed that cash into your pocket.
Huh? I really don't know what you're talking about.
At first, when I saw you do this, I had no idea why you're always pulling out 1 strand of spaghetti every time we were prepping. When I saw you make that 61st plate of spaghetti, I realized what you were doing there.
I never realized you were watching me.
You were working right beside me. How would I not notice?
Oh, who cares about that right now? Huh? You're talking about something I've done in the past, and what are you going to do about it, huh?
Of course.
Oh, don't tell me you're...
Hey, is that you, Alan?
Oh, no!
Hello, Chef Tamsy. Long time no see. Thanks for the plastic food replicas that you made for us. My customers have been telling me that they look exactly the way our food looks. Oh, that's great to hear. Huh? Who are you guys?
Oh, they're nobody! These guys are just customers. Yep, customers!
They're quite professional looking to be our customers.
You think so?
I mean, look at them. Those two are health inspectors, and that guy is a police officer. They're also dressed like they're on duty, too.
You're just overthinking.
Are you sure about that?
By the way, Chef, why are you here? You're usually in the back prepping food to serve tomorrow.
Well, it seemed like something was going on over here, so I had to come take a look.
Alan here is visiting us, so that's why we got a little too excited.
Is that so? Can I join?
They're leaving right now. What the? Unfortunately, they all just finished eating and they were about to go back to work. So now don't you worry about anything and go to the back to do more prepping. Harold reported me to the police.
What?
You little... Just keep your mouth shut.
He reported that my facility caused foodborne illness. Foodborne illness? Hey, Harold, what is going on here? Don't you know that Alan's company makes plastic food replicas? How in the world would he cause food poisoning, huh?
Maybe they ate those plastics?
They ate the plastics?
I mean, if someone got sick, I'm sure it's because Alan's food was plastic.
All right then, we have some of Alan's product here. Why don't you go ahead and eat it?
How the heck would I even eat it?
You idiot, of course not. But now I see what's going on here. Harold here was trying to cause trouble to Alan and called the police and the health department to make false allegations for food poisoning. Is that correct?
Yup, you got it completely right.
I know this guy well enough to know what he's thinking.
Chef, did you know that Harold has been pulling one strand from each portion of spaghetti? Hey!
Did I hear that right?
Oh,
Have you been pulling one strand of spaghetti from 60 portions to make a 61st plate of spaghetti?
Is that really a problem?
Of course, it's a big problem.
Oh, God.
I can't believe what you've done. You don't deserve to wear that chef coat. You're fired. You don't deserve to cook for anyone.
Hold on, Chef. You can't fire me for something so small.
Something so small? You work for a restaurant and you knew the severity of food poisoning allegations. You deceived our customers to make your own profit. I can't have a guy like you working in this kitchen. I want you gone now.
But please don't do this.
Don't you even talk to me.
Ugh, Alan, you bastard. This is all your fault. What? You came all the way over here to get me in trouble. But this obviously is your own fault, isn't it? What? You're the one who brought the health inspectors and the police officers here. That's because you made a false police report. But you didn't have to tell everyone about the strand of spaghetti. To tell you the truth, I wasn't planning on telling everyone about that. Then why'd you tell everyone? I decided I have no mercy for you. After everything that you've done to me, I'm furious and I'm not even kidding. That's what I'm talking about. What? That, right there! You're so flimsy, but you become stubborn when you're mad. I've always hated you. Ah, I see. So that's why you envied me for starting my own business and you made those false allegations? That's right! I'm a better person than you in every aspect, and I don't understand why you should be more successful than me. Every time I think about you, I just couldn't stand the fact that you're free and successful out there.
That's because you were different from Alan. You've always been lazy. I've been listening this whole time, and all you do is give excuses and lies. Before you even envy Alan for where he is today, have you even thought about whether you've put in your best effort to become successful or not?
Well...
Every time you were slacking off, Alan had always worked hard to pick up after your slack. You've been using all your money for gambling, but Alan's been saving up for the funds to start his own business. Ask yourself why you couldn't do the same.
But I've always wanted to own a restaurant, just like Alan.
I already told you that my company makes plastic food samples. Even if you had the same goals, the amount of effort that you've been putting into your goal is what sets you and Alan apart.
Okay then. I'll start putting in some effort moving forward.
Aw.
So give me a chance. Pretty please?
Don't make me repeat myself. I already told you that you're fired.
But... Hey, Alan!
Yes?
This is all your fault, so can you talk to the chef so he won't fire me?
Well, I'm just a random guy who owns a plastic food company.
But we used to work together here!
And you betrayed me despite the fact that we used to be colleagues. I already told you, if only you hadn't done what you did, I wouldn't have come this far after you.
But what am I going to do with my love for spaghetti, my career, and the rest of my life filled with spaghetti days?
Let me remind you that you did this to yourself.
Harold, I need you to come with me now.
We're your witnesses. We'll be going with you.
What? No, don't do this. Hey, Alan!
Yes?
Just promise me right now, once I'm out of prison, can you guarantee me a position at your company?
I never guarantee anything I can't fulfill.
What? Oh, come on, please! I apologize. I learned my lesson, so please!
The court found Harold guilty of the crimes that he had committed. But since this was his first misdemeanor, they did not sentence him to imprisonment, but instead placed him under parole and charged him with fines and penalties. However, Harold was fired from his work and he had no savings, so he was left with nothing. In addition, there were multiple customers at the restaurant who were watching our entire interactions, and Harold's reputation was tarnished. This made it almost impossible for Harold to find a new job, at least not at any restaurant. I heard he gave up his dream to become a spaghetti chef, and he now works part-time at a grocery store. As for my business, we were fortunate to have many food establishments recognize the attention to detail and high-quality work that we do. We've been so successful, and we have orders coming in left and right from all over the nation. Trouble Busters.
Huh? Who are those people in my house? Is this no longer our house?
Of course, I sold that house 3 months ago. By the way, you and I filed a divorce 3 months ago, too.
Are you sure about this?
Trouble Busters!
Huh? Who are those people in my house? Is this no longer our house? My name is Melanie. I'm 32 and there's strangers living in my house after I was gone for 6 months taking care of my sick parents. I don't know what to do about this. Hello? Joshua?
Hey, Melanie, is that you? What's up?
I just got back home and I see these strangers living in our house.
Of course, I sold that house 3 months ago.
Huh?
By the way, you and I filed a divorce 3 months ago, too.
What?
You didn't know about this, huh?
Of course not. You haven't even called or texted me at all.
Which should have been obvious enough to you. Don't you know that you're not attractive to me at all? How do you even expect me to keep loving you?
Oh, God.
You should learn from Jessica next door. She never gets old, and she's always beautiful.
Oh, God. This is ridiculous. Come to think of it, though, Yashua's been cold-shouldered since before I left for 6 months. But I tried my best, too. No matter how busy I was taking care of my parents, I always made sure that I used the best skincare products to stay attractive to him. He can't do this to me. I'm not letting him get away with this. Troublebusters! I went around looking for ways to make Yashua pay back for what he's done to me. We agreed to meet at the cafe nearby the next day.
And what do you want from me at this point? Are you gonna ask if we can get back together?
Oh, that's not what we're here for.
Huh?
I'm going straight to the subject. I'm sure you're aware that you and I legally owned that house that you sold without my consent, correct?
So what?
Why did you sell it without even talking to me?
Why not? We don't need that house anymore.
But I never agreed to this.
So what?
How did you even sell the house?
Huh?
There's no way you could have sold that house on your own. You need all parties' agreements to sell the house.
Yes, I could indeed.
How is that so?
Yup, if we go through a broker, I knew we would have to go through all the hassle that you just mentioned.
It's not a hassle, it's called legal process.
I sold it personally.
What?
I knew you were ignorant, but how do you not even know this?
Are you sure about this?
Of course I am. I'm the #1 salesman out of the team at my work. I know how to sell, and I don't need no broker.
I'm not talking about how to sell it.
I was able to sell that house for twice the amount if I were to go through a broker.
Oh, you just won't realize what you've done.
What are you talking about? The buyers agreed to buy the house for that price, too. It's not like I did anything illegal, and there shouldn't be any problems.
You know that this transaction is invalid, right? We owned that house jointly, and I never agreed to sell the house. That makes your transaction legally invalid.
What? But then I got the money, and they got the house.
Which doesn't legally justify anything.
Huh?
Since your transaction is legally invalid, the transaction you had with the buyers pretty much means that it almost never happened.
What?
It's pretty straightforward. You wouldn't even be able to legally change the ownership with your method.
Is that gonna be a problem?
It's going to be a big problem. You sold the house without getting it properly inspected, knowing its value, or legally changing the ownership. Additionally, you sold it for more than what it's worth.
So what's gonna happen to me then?
Since the transaction is invalid, you will have to return the money that you collected from the buyers. They could sue you for what you've done too.
Sue me? What the heck? How is that possible? They agreed to buy the house, so they gave me the money and I gave them the house.
Okay, but I never agreed to sell the house.
Can't you just agree to it right now?
Huh?
That's right. Look, Melanie, it's not too late yet, is it? Can't you just agree to...
Not gonna happen.
Make it happen. We're married. We need to get each other's back.
You and I are no longer married.
Oh, that's right.
Besides, even if I agreed to everything and things go seamlessly, have you considered the capital gain for the transaction you had?
What the heck is a capital gain? I sold it personally. I don't have to pay taxes.
The fact is, you do have to pay taxes.
No way!
Well, it is possible to receive up to $300,000 in tax deduction from the capital gain if the sold house was solely meant for living purposes. However, on the other hand, if the house was sold for anything more than $300,000, it would mean that we would be in the negative value, which becomes the taxable value for federal and state income tax. The sum of federal tax and state income taxes will be the amount of tax that you would owe in total.
So
what was the selling price for our house?
the selling price? Let me think. I think it was somewhere around $600,000.
Okay, so 600K minus 300K deduction would be 300K. Rounding the taxes to around 40%, you would have to pay around 120K in taxes.
What the heck? Is that calculation even right?
It is correct indeed. While you would be able to legally sell a house without going through a broker, you are still going to have to pay for taxes, and it can cost a lot.
No one told me about this.
Don't tell me that you used all the money without even thinking about the taxes.
I still have some left, but I won't have any left after I pay those stupid taxes.
And that's why brokers have a job.
But brokers would charge us fees, so that's why I thought it's better to sell the house without going through one.
You could have only spent about 23.3% in taxes if you went through a broker.
What? That's only half.
Yep, the tax rate would be different if your transaction was with a corporation, which would have been a lesser value of 23.3%.
Why didn't you tell me all of this if you knew?
How would I have been able to tell you?
You should have given me a call to educate me on this.
Why do I have to give you a call out of the blue to talk about taxes?
It's called mindfulness.
My question is, how would I pinpoint my subject to taxes and give you a call about it?
You could have, couldn't you?
Are you mistaking me with a radio tower or something? Besides, who would ever think that their spouse would do something like this while being gone to take care of their parents?
Couldn't you have written me a letter or something?
Don't make me repeat myself. You need to realize that you did this to yourself, selling the house without having all parties technically agree to sell the house.
I didn't know. What could I have done?
You're lying. I told you.
Just quit picking on me, all right?
You can't pretend like you didn't know. I told you when we bought that house together. It's on you for forgetting what I told you.
Oh, shut up. By the way, how do you even know so much about property sales?
Huh?
Maybe you're trying to trick me by telling me a lie just to freak me out because you're mad at me for breaking up with you and selling the house.
Oh, I'm not like you.
I'm not like that.
Joshua, don't tell me that you don't even know what I do for a living.
I never even had to ask you where you work at. I'm sure you work part-time at a random grocery store down the street or something.
I have a part-time job real estate agency.
Huh?
You're right that I work part-time, but it's at a real estate agency.
What?
And I do have a real estate license too.
What the heck? How are you telling me this now? I'm already losing so much money.
You are losing so much money because you did things without really thinking anything through.
Oh, shut up! Why didn't you educate me on everything then? Didn't you care about me?
You need to stop looping back to that.
I never thought you would do this to me. I trusted you.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm the one who was betrayed and dumped. Why are you acting like you're the victim here?
You probably think you won this game.
What game?
But then I'm still gonna be left with some money too. Take that.
I don't think this is about winning or losing. If you can't legally change the ownership of that property, your transaction becomes invalid. You do understand that you are legally required to return that small amount of cash you have on hand, in addition to the rest of the money that the buyers have paid you for that house, right?
What? No way.
I'm not joking. You refund for what needs to be returned.
I can't give back what I don't have.
Huh?
I've spent pretty much all the money to buy a new house.
A new house? You bought a new house again? Why?
Do you want to know?
Not really, I guess.
I wanted to live in a brand new house with my new fiancé after I break up with you. Take that.
Okay.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Huh?
May we take a seat? Go ahead, help yourself.
Hey, what's going on here?
You better explain yourself.
Melanie told us everything.
We found out that you ripped us off quite badly.
That's not true.
Go ahead and shut up, you scammer.
Huh?
Melanie helped us get that house inspected. We found out that we paid double what we should have. You better explain this to us right now.
Oh, hey, Melanie.
Yes?
Why are these guys here?
Don't you dare call us guys.
Huh?
All right, now that all parties are here, let's start the discussion.
That's right.
Let's get started. That house was jointly owned by Joshua and I. I have never agreed to sell the house. I wasn't even made aware. Therefore, unfortunately, the transaction you had with Joshua is invalid.
Melanie, look, as long as you agree to sell the house, I'm sure that problem should take care of itself.
We're not asking you, you bastard.
Huh?
I am very sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but I would have to ask you to kindly return us the property. Joshua here will be refunding the entire amount that you paid him.
Refund the entire amount?
This is quite upsetting.
But we both understand.
Wait, hold on a second.
Yes?
You can't just ask me to refund that money out of nowhere. Do you guys even realize how much I'd owe you?
That's your problem and not ours.
Oh, but,
The transaction was invalid. You need to return the money or else we're filing this to the police.
the police?
Of course we'd talk to them. We're willing to return what you ask, and you're not willing to refund the money.
Yeah, but I don't have $600,000 to return.
Perhaps we could sue you for fraud and make this a lawsuit.
So what are you going to do? We could start making our way to the police station right now.
Wait, please, don't do that. I could pay what I can pay, little by little.
Oh, I almost forgot to tell you.
What now?
Since I discovered that this divorce was due to your adultery, I will be charging you alimony.
What the? How could you say that, especially when all of this is going on?
That's not it, Cupcake. Have you forgotten?
Forgotten what?
You forged the divorce paperwork and filed it without my consent.
So what? How is that a problem?
It's a huge problem.
Why? I made sure the forms were filled out completely and correctly. It's been officially filed. What's the problem?
You filled out my portions that I was supposed to fill out, correct?
What's your point?
And you do know that this is a crime, right?
Huh?
It's common sense, right, honey?
Common sense indeed.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
You signed the paperwork on my behalf without my consent. This constitutes forgery, which is defined as the act of falsely representing someone's authorization or consent to sign a document.
What?
And I've already filed a police report for this.
What? Why would you do that?
So this means...
Yep, we can go ahead and file a police report for fraud against this guy.
What? Wait, hold on a second.
Yes?
Why are you guys all bullying me like this? All I've done was get divorced and sell the house.
The way you got divorced?
And the way you sold the house.
We're all illegal, and you're a criminal indeed.
What? But then the reason why I cheated on Melody and broke up with her is because she was becoming no longer attractive, and that's her fault.
Are you trying to blame me?
Kind of, in a sense. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Not only you weren't attractive, but you also left me alone for 6 months to take care of your parents.
What?
When we got married, you said you loved me more than anyone else. You used to take really good care of me. But then you suddenly left me because all you cared about was your parents. I want to come home to a loving wife, but I couldn't. This was all because you were gone and I was feeling lonely. You didn't care anything about me, did you?
Oh God, how could you act like this now?
I was so sad and lonely for 6 months. You need to give me a break and forgive me for cheating. But you were so inconsiderate and you wouldn't break up with me even when I talked about it. That's why I thought I'm just going to get it done without you and have a brand new life with my brand new girlfriend with a brand new house. How would I be guilty of anything?
Guilty, inside and out.
You guys too.
Huh?
When I talked to you guys initially, you were so excited to buy the house from me. But just because Melanie talked to you guys, you've turned your back. And now you're trying to collect money from me. How dare you do this to me?
Are we speaking the same language?
Oh, shut up!
Would you like to go ride the police car?
Huh? Oh, please, have mercy!
What the?
Please don't report this to the police. I will make sure I pay back the money I owe. So please, I beg you, don't report this to the police. Pretty please. As everyone knows, I just recently purchased a new house. I still need to pay back for the debt for the house and the appliances. I can't have a criminal record, and I need to keep my job. Don't you think that's too cruel on me?
Have you ever heard what goes around comes back around?
Just tell me yes or no.
Nope.
What about you, Melanie?
Not at all.
Then, does that mean...
Hello, is this the police station? I would like to ask for assistance disposing of this trash here.
Is that trash me?
Joshua has been prosecuted for all his sins. With the combined property refund, penalties, alimony, and compensation, he now has a debt of $520,000. He had no choice but to sell the new house to pay back any portion of what he could pay back. But even then, he was left with about $200,000 in debt. To add, this incident ended up causing a huge problem for his new fiancée, and she broke up with him. She also had no idea that Joshua was still technically a married man, and she plans on suing him for this. I heard he currently lives in a cheap apartment down the street, all alone. As for me, I went ahead and legally sold the house that the Smiths returned to us and moved into a new house with a nice city view. I'm excited with my new home, and I'm going to spend some relaxing time enjoying myself as a company. Troublebusters!
Another $600 for my electricity? What is this cable?
My $50,000 lizard!
Trouble Busters!
What the? $600 for electricity again? My name is Alan, and I'm 31. My electricity bills have recently skyrocketed. Why do I have to pay so much? I could buy a new video game console every month for how much I've been spending. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. And so I searched around my house to see why I'm spending so much on electricity. What is this cable? I went ahead and followed the cable, which took me to my neighbor's house. I started seeing the bigger picture. Is he stealing power from me? Oh God, he doesn't look so happy today. Since I wasn't ready to confront him about this, I pretended like I was just tying my shoelace. Phew! Wait, what? Why am I acting as if I'm the one who's doing something wrong? He's the one who's stealing electricity from me. But who knows if I say anything to him? What if he's someone crazy? I wished I didn't have to confront him. If this was an apartment, I could just talk to the residence office to get this solved. I own my house, so it's not easy for me to just move out. Oh, hello there. How am I even gonna confront that guy? Ever since then, I've been thinking about it. I tell myself every day that I'm going to talk to him. Every day. But time passed quickly, and I ended up not doing anything for a month. $690 for my electricity? I'm paying more than my mortgage. At this point, I really gotta do something about this, so I went to talk to him. My neighbor seemed a bit shameless and bored as I explained to him about this.
Oh, okay then. I'll be careful.
Sir, it's not about being careful or anything. Oh, hey, hello?
What?
Well... Wow, this guy ate spaghetti with meat sauce during that split second. Sir, I wanted to ask if you would be able to pay me for the electricity usage that was charged on my account.
I'll pay you on the 25th. Is that cool?
Oh, okay. And...
What else you want?
Do you have anything else to say to me?
Huh? I don't. Do you have anything for me?
I don't, but I'm here to listen to what you're supposed to say. What the heck?
Huh.
What is he angry about? I don't think this is okay, but at least he won't be stealing power from me, and he agreed to pay for the power he used. Ah, I see. When a woman doesn't have her toes pointing at me, that means she's not interested in me. I thought my electricity problem was over, but little did I know. What the? Another $600 for my electricity? I knew something was strange, so I went to go check out my AC system. But how is that possible? I saw him pulling out that cable. Oh wait, what? It's connected again! And this time he used colored tape to make sure it's not standing out like last time. What the heck is wrong with that guy? He has no remorse, and he even tried to camouflage the cable to keep stealing from me. He's so shameless. He said he'll pay me back, but he never did. I'm finally realizing that I've been way too nice about this. I'm not letting him get away with this. Trouble busters! I decided to go talk to my neighbor right away. Hello? Hello? I know you're there.
I saw Oscar leave his house this morning.
Oh, really? Fine. It is what it is. I'm just gonna pull out that cable for today and I'll confront him tomorrow.
Great! So you've got the Parenti monitor lizard already? Yes, all ready for you, Aiden. I made sure I got the most beautiful, rare lizard for you this time. It's a living treasure, and I assure you. All right, bring it over. Right away, sir. My little previous Parenti, it's time for you to depart. What? My $50,000 lizard! What happened? It was doing fine before I left the house. What the heck? The AC is off! And not just that, the UV light and the basking light are also off too. This must be that red-headed kiddo next door. How could he do this to my precious product? Hey, Oscar, is it almost ready? Right away, sir. What do you mean, you need some time to get it ready? Yes, that's right, sir. Do you even remember what today is? Of course I haven't. It's your important client's daughter's birthday, right? Yup, so bring the lizard now. Yes, I wish I could just bring it, but, then hurry up and go get it. Oh, please be patient. The lizard is currently sleeping. Wake it up, then! That's going to cause a tremendous stress on the lizard. I know it's a birthday gift, and I want your daughter to receive it at its best possible condition. Oh, snap, this is getting annoying. Pets don't always behave the way we want them to. That's what makes them fun, right? Hello? It's me. I'm on standby here. We're just waiting for the damn lizard to wake up. Yup, that's right. All right, thanks. The gift that we're about to give my daughter is the most valuable treasure that she'll ever have in her life. Nothing will replace it, all right? Bye now. Phew, he's gone. Why in the damn heck did you pull out that cable? What the? Why are you mad at me? I might not even be able to live in this town anymore thanks to what you've done. I decided to listen to what my neighbor Oscar had to tell me. What? You were taking electricity from my house to keep the equipment on for your lizard to stay alive? That's right, but you turned off my power source. Of course I did. I didn't even know any of this. Ever since you talked to me, I've been careful not to let you notice that I'm still stealing power from you. What kind of shameless thief are you? You know, you let this happen to yourself, now your pet is dying. You weren't supposed to shut down my electricity, especially not when I was gone. That was because you were still stealing electricity from me, even after I talked to you. Besides, you shouldn't be keeping your pet alive using someone else's electricity. Don't underestimate the amount of electricity it takes to keep that lizard alive. You, out of all people, would know because you've been paying for my electricity. Who are you to talk to me like that? It was all your fault, not mine. Why can't you just tell that scary man the truth? He's going to wipe me out of this town if I tell him the truth. Well, then all I can tell you is that I wish you luck with everything. Hey, you need to admit that this was all your fault. What the? Why would I do that? This wasn't my fault at all. If only you hadn't pulled out that cable, my Parenti monitor lizard would be doing so well right now. Stop switching the subject. If only you hadn't stolen my electricity, your lizard would have been fine. Fine, forget it. You're such a terrible neighbor. Wait, hold on. You still owe me for my electricity bill. Shut up! Learn your lesson! What lesson is he talking about? Damn it! Such a useless brat! I'm going to make sure that the red-headed kiddo is responsible for this situation, or else who knows what's gonna happen to me! Damn it, damn it, damn it! Out of all the days he had to pull that cable last night! All right, I have about $50,000 on me right now. I could go on hiding and living for about a year. I gotta get going before Aiden gets here. Everyone, please listen. What is he doing? My neighbor Oscar has been stealing electricity from my place. Stop! Don't get other people involved. Oscar has been using my electricity to keep an extremely rare and expensive lizard alive. Ah! Stop! What if Aiden finds out about this? Ah! Hey, Oscar. Hey, hello, hi. Sir, the lizard is still deep in sleep. Deep in sleep? You're not gonna tell me that you mean eternal sleep, right? Of course not.
Now, I had no idea what my neighbor Oscar was doing with the stolen electricity, so I pulled out the cable that was connected to my AC system.
What? No, stop! You can't say that! Hey, Oscar, what the fudge is going on here? I know you're single. Does this mean that the lizard has been under extremely harsh conditions for several hours? Huh? Oh, no, that guy is just exaggerating. He's a little weird, you know. Hey there. Who are you? I went ahead and listened to why this cool-looking guy with blue hair decided to talk to me. I explained my side of the story, too. Look, I'm so sorry that I ended up hurting your pet. I had no idea. You know? Right? He admits it. Everything is this guy's fault. He was the one who pulled out the cable. And you were the one who made him pull that damn cable. What? Why am I in deeper trouble than Alan? I wasn't the one who pulled the cable. Of course, if you're relying on other people's energy, they're gonna pull it out as soon as they find out that you've been stealing.
Oscar, you're in the wrong here.
Who wouldn't get upset if someone's stealing electricity from you? I would just pull out the cable if it was me.
Oh, shut up, you peasants! You don't even know what it's like! Electricity is a vital resource to keep an animal alive! They're such delicate living things, and I have to pay attention to every detail about the temperatures and lighting! You have no idea! Of course not! If you have so many complaints about how delicate animals can be, you might as well quit your business! No one's asking you to keep suffering! I don't care whose electricity or what happened, but if you ended up making that lizard weak and dying, it's a different story. I'm gonna make sure you're gonna be responsible for what you've done. That's right, Alan. He's not talking to me, he's talking to you. I'm the victim here. From my perspective, my Parenti and I are the two victims here. You're not making any sense here. He won't listen. I don't care what happened, but Oscar is responsible for taking poor care of the precious gift for my daughter. But Aiden, listen! You're going to pay for this. But if only Alan didn't pull out that cable without even asking, the animal should have been doing fine right now. No, if only you took good care of the animal while it was at your house, it would have been doing fine right now. Oh, how do I make you understand? You had the responsibility to ensure that the animal was under great care, right? Yes, of course. That includes food, space, and environment. Weren't you supposed to be responsible for all of that? Yes. Then what the fudge were you doing to let this happen? You said it yourself, electricity is so vital to maintain the animal's condition. How did you even think it was okay to rely on other people's electricity to keep the animal alive? Because it was so expensive. But that's your problem. Didn't you think about negotiating the price of the animal to compensate for its maintenance cost? You're right. You could have charged those expenses to the buyers.
That's completely right. You wouldn't have stolen electricity from my place in that case, would you?
I had situations on my end, you know.
No one cares about your situation.
All right, so how do we make you pay? We were supposed to give the animal to my important client's daughter for her birthday today. She's been waiting for the lizard to come to her any moment. She has all the equipment on standby and ready to go. And what are you gonna do about this? Do you have anything to say, huh?
I'll call the cops. The cops?
I'm going to ask them to arrest you. I'm an innocent civilian. I know you're associated with the mafia. I'm sure they'll have reasons to arrest you. I wonder who they're going to arrest.
What the? Did you just tell me that this mafia guy doesn't have a warrant?
Huh? Did this gentleman commit any crimes?
He's threatening an innocent civilian.
Threatening? I'm just complaining because I purchased a pet from you, but you pretty much almost killed it. Oscar, has this gentleman mentioned anything to threaten you, your family, your friends, or your life? If so, do you have any evidence to support your allegation? Let me ask you guys since you were watching.
Not at all. The guy in the blue hair wasn't threatening Oscar.
Oscar is the one who should get arrested.
Okay. Oscar has been stealing electricity from Alan's place to keep the mentioned pet alive.
Huh? What does that mean?
I explained all the details to the police officer.
Oh my God, that's theft! Huh? What? But officer, I summoned you, so you're on my side, right? Don't treat me like you summoned beast in a video game. It don't necessarily work that way.
Since you're here, officer, will you help me file a theft report for the electricity that Oscar has been stealing from me?
Of course! Can I ask if anyone here in this crowd knew that Oscar has been stealing electricity from Alan? No, sir! All these guys are trying to trick me into this situation. Okay, now does anyone have evidence that Oscar has been stealing electricity from Alan? What? Why so many of you?
Everyone knows that you steal electricity from people, Oscar. All I have is a photo that shows how Oscar had his cable connected to my AC system.
Ha! That's not going to prove anything. Nice try, kiddo.
No worries. I have a video of Oscar plugging his cable in to steal Alan's electricity.
What? How dare you? You might as well admit it. It's pretty obvious.
But officer, this was just a joke. So this is how you joke around, stealing $1,200 worth of electricity from other people?
Huh? How do you know it was around $1,200?
I reached out to the electric company to make everything black and white.
That's shocking! We have numbers and we have evidence. This is theft. Sir, let's not jump the guns around. I think you should let me just go, huh? No way. Alan is gonna file a police report.
Oh, Mr. Allen, will you please have mercy and just forgive and forget? You didn't even apologize to me. You haven't paid back a single penny. I'm not gonna tolerate you in any way possible.
Hey, officer, can I tell you something else?
Of course you can. No, you can't.
I think he has illegal animals in his house.
What the? This is a slow loris. Sir, is this animal registered with the Minister of Environment? You look like you haven't. This is a crime.
I didn't know I was supposed to do that.
It don't matter if you knew or not, this is already a crime. Hello, I need assistance getting a permit for seizure.
A permit for seizure?
A permit for seizure indeed.
What a mess this guy is in.
Wait, sir, why do you gotta do that?
Huh? It's because you've done something you're not supposed to.
Prohibited animals make me curious. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. You violated the species preservation law. You could get either or both imprisonment of 5 years and a $50,000 fine for violating this law. If you violated it for business purposes, your penalty could be up to $1 million.
$1 million? How is that even possible? It's just an animal.
We'll have to take a close look at the situation. More illegal animals you have, the more heavier your consequences will be.
No way!
Okay, now that we have the permit to seize, we're starting our investigation.
No need, officer. I don't have any other animals in my house.
Well, then I'm sure you don't have any problem.
I never thought this was gonna be such a huge situation. Not that I'm gonna let you get away without paying me back my bill.
I'm gonna make sure you take responsibility for the lizard. You better be ready for this.
Oh no, please, let's forgive and forget.
There's absolutely no way you're gonna save yourself from this. I'll be back as soon as the cops are gone.
Oh, that's threatening! Officer, this guy is threatening me right now!
No one's gonna listen to you.
Stealing electricity, pet troubles, violation of species preservation law. You should learn your lessons for every sin that you have committed. I would have been making profits without stealing electricity. Why was I so greedy?
Oscar was arrested right then and there.
The officers found a bunch of animals that were against the species preservation law.
The court sentences you to 4 years of imprisonment and a penalty of $872,400.
4 years in prison and an $872,000 penalty? I don't really know him, and I don't really care about him, but poor guy will be living the rest of his life paying back the debt that he owes. I don't know what to do. I can't even make profits out of selling pets anymore. Why was I so stingy to steal $1,200 worth of electricity to lose $872,000? But that wasn't it. As soon as Oscar was released after his service, Aiden's team was there waiting for him.
Welcome back to the real world, Oscar.
Oh God! Oh God!
All right, it's my turn now. I'll be nice and only charge you $1 million as what you owe me to compensate for the inconvenience you caused.
$1 million?
I always have to be the best, even if it's about the penalties.
You don't have to compete with the court. Why don't I just pay back for what you paid me for the lizard?
Huh? Of course not. Fortunately enough, you're still young, and I can make use of you to squeeze out every penny I can make from you.
I can't pay back $2 million. That's too much. Aiden never lets anyone get away with what they owe. He told me the other day that Oscar has already paid back $500,000 in the last 6 months. He gave him compliments that he's such a hard worker. Of course, that's only if he survives whatever he's going through, though. I guess that doesn't really have anything to do with me. As for me, I ended up taking care of the poor lizard since it had nowhere to go. I named it Perry, and I enjoy his company every day. Trouble Busters!